Just like any mobile device these days, it has cameras and sensors, and just like your phones and social media apps, it does facial recognition. Inside here is 3 grams of shaped explosive. This is how it works. Did you see that? That little bang is enough to penetrate the skull and destroy the contents. They used to say guns don't kill people, people do. Well, people don't. They get emotional, disobey orders, aim high. Let's watch the weapons make the decisions. Now, trust me, these were all bad guys. Now that is an airstrike of surgical precision. It's one of a range of products. Trained as a team, they can penetrate buildings, cars, trains, evade people, bullets, pretty much any countermeasure. They cannot be stopped.
Joe Allen, I knew a lot of this advanced technology we talk about all the time. In addition to hurtling towards the singularity, it was going to have a good old-fashioned swords, not plowshares involvement. Walk me through what we just saw. It sounds beyond scary.
Steve, that's a film, Slaughterbots, produced by the Future of Life Institute, or Future of, is founded by Max Tegmark. He's basically a pro-transhumanism, pro-AI pacifist. But what the technologies they're warning about are in development, and there's really no way until they're deployed to know, or exhibited, to know whether or not anything like that is right around the corner or years on down the road or ever. But, you know, we were discussing about a week and a half ago, Eric Schmidt and his argument that the real AI arms race is between the West and the East, between the US and China. And Eric Schmidt has just started to back a new company, Ishtari. That company is working on drone technology very similar to what you saw there. If I could read a quote from a Wired article, the title of that Wired article is "Eric Schmidt is Building the Perfect AI Warfighting Machine." And the author of the article describes the project at Ishtari as basically an Internet of Things with a deadly twist. And Schmidt says it would build a large number of inexpensive devices that were highly mobile, that were attritable, and those devices, or drones, would have sensors or weapons, and they would be networked together. So basically, what they're working on is exactly that, what was exhibited in that fictional film, Slaughterbots. And the idea is that instead of relying solely on old-fashioned weaponry, the artillery, old-fashioned warfighting jets, things like this, and especially the sort of men going into combat in cities, you would be able to target specific individuals with these drones. And because of the swarm technology, you would most likely be able to evade any sort of countermeasures that didn't involve scrambling the signal. Now, I think that the tension that it highlights, Steve, in this AI race, right, the race to the singularity, is that there are, I think, legitimate reasons for developing and deploying these things. Even if I myself am against them, I do understand the motive and the incentive behind it. You have Peter Thiel and Alex Karp at Palantir doing very much the same. You have DARPA funding these public-private partnerships all over the place. But I personally see it going nowhere but towards tragedy. It's still a tension that has to be addressed. When you have an enemy like China that's trying to develop something very much like that, or if we end up in a shooting war with Russia and they have an AI-driven, AI-guided torpedo, nuclear-tipped torpedo like Poseidon, well, then what do you do? So this is much like what we talked about yesterday with the tension between AGI and world government. I think you also have a tension between trying to reduce the amount of or reduce the advancement of artificial intelligence, put right face to face with the existential crises that we face with adversaries like Russia and China.